Hey movie lovers, welcome to another episode of Relufe Review, a show where we review the Nigerian arts, music, movies and entertainment in general. You know when you see me, it's another movie review, and like I always say, anything that I say here is all my personal opinion, all my personal bias. Let's get straight to what we have for today. Today's movie is titled Christmas in Lagos, and Christmas in Lagos is a Prime movie. It's on Prime Amazon, and this one was produced by Jade or Shiberu. And one thing about Jade is anything Jade, I'm always interested because it's Jade. Jade is big. Jade is brilliant. Jade is just everything. She's a filmmaker, a producer, a screenwriter. She's everything in one package. Now, Christmas in Lagos was produced, of course, 2024, and it was released, of course, in December as well, set, in Christmas time. Now, the thing about Jade is, if we want to check back from the movies that Jade has given us, like back then, in 2017, Jade gave us Isoke. In 2019, Jade gave us Sugar Rush. In 2021, Jade gave us Anyila, the Anyila Omowura movie. And in 2023, Jade gave us Gangs of Lagos. Now, with Gangs of Lagos, she outdid herself, I must say. Now, back in 2024 with Christmas in Lagos, I would say that Jade is just another... Okay, I'll say Femi Adebayo is the male, and I'll leave Jade or Shiberu as the female. She's just the queen. She's just a queen of filmmaking right now, and not even right now, from time immemorial, and she's been doing an amazing job. So Christmas in Lagos tells the story of Fee, a young girl who is ready to, tell her best friend that she's in love, who wants to announce her best friend, that she's in love with him, or she has been in love with him. And things get complicated when her best friend, Elozonam, announces his intention to propose to his girlfriend, Yagaze. And that's all of that Christmas in Lagos is really about. And, things get complicated, dicey, a lot of things revelations, things start to pop up, and all of that. And one thing I love about this movie is attention to detail. And I also love the theme that this movie explores: love, relationship, family, and what have we. Christmas in Lagos is an amazing film. Have you ever dated your best friend before? For myself, I can relate, but in my own case, I will not come out and tell you that, oh, I like you, I have a crush on you, and all of that. What do you think about best friends dating each other? All that thought. So, Christmas in Lagos tells the story of Fee. Fee is a young girl who is in love with her best friend, Elozonam. Elo. First, they called him Elo like all through the movie, but Elozonam, and she was ready to announce or tell him her intentions, like, okay, Elo, I like you. And Elo, on the other hand, announced his intention to propose to his girlfriend, Yagaze, and that is where things get complicated and dicey. Now, if you are Elozonam, or your best friend comes up to you and says, oh, I'm in love with you, I've loved you all along, and you are a guy and you are ready to propose to your babe, please, how would you take that information? What are you going to do? And that's what we saw in Christmas in Lagos. And of course, a lot of details here and there, with our mom being in a relationship as well. I love that Christmas in Lagos explores the theme of love, betrayal, family, relationships, and all of that. So I'm going to start with the major highlights for me in Christmas in Lagos. Now, one of the major highlights, the very first one for me, would be the ensemble of actors in that film. I saw Shafi Bello, I saw RMD, I saw Wale Ojo. Those are like my top 3 veteran actors in that movie, and they did an amazing job. Now, these are veteran actors that, I don't know if it's a thing with the older people trying to look young again, because these are people that, have infused a lot of fitness into their lifestyle. RMD is somebody who works out and is looking younger than his age. Shafi Bello is a young mama. She looks amazing. And seeing RMD and Shafi Bello kiss in a film, that was the highlight for me. I'm like, wow. And I like that. No cringy scenes here. It was nice to watch. It was as though you're seeing young people actually kiss. They did an amazing job with that, energy, the synergy, the chemistry. It was good. And Wale Ojo also being in love with Shafi Bello, and she played the character Agbemi. RMD played the character Zach, who was in love with Gbemi, or who has been in love with her for a long time. But this is like I'm in love with you and I want to spoil you with money, not like I love you like that. She was supposed to be like a trophy, sort of, in the film. So I love the ensemble of actors. I also like that there were young actors in this film. A lot of young especially young actors that I was seeing for the first time, they did an amazing job, even though they did not like, they didn't get there, like that, like I would have wanted them to. But of course, for first timers, I don't know if they were all first timers, but for some of them, or most of them that were young, I was seeing them for the first time. But for Tenny Aladishe, I mean, I've seen her in quite a couple of movies, who played the role of Fiend. But for Elo, for Tenny's cousin, who had just gotten back from the abroad, and I like the infusion of the IJ. I just got back thing with this movie as well. And this is Christmas, and in Lagos there are still lots of I just got back presently in Lagos, doing their thing and enjoying our Lagos story. You guys will soon chase you out of this Lagos. So that's what Christmas in Lagos was all about. That for me is a major highlight. Another major highlight for me would be the rendition of classic songs, beautiful songs that you would sing along to. And the highlight for me was when I heard the band song, "Oh, You Don't Make Me Fall in Love." It's been a long time coming. I mean, and that song there's a way that a particular song just brings back memories for you. And that was what that song, did for me right there. Another major highlight for me in this movie, Rex, I have to check my phone. Jesus, my back. Another major highlight for me is, God. Okay, the cinematography. Another major highlight for me would be this film's cinematography. It is noteworthy, trust me. The attention to detail and portraying Lagos as what Lagos is presently, because if you are not a Lagosian, you are not presently in Lagos, and you watch Christmas in Lagos, that's all of the information that you need to know what Lagos is all about. Lagos is a big deal, and they showed that to us in Christmas in Lagos. That's another major highlight for me in Christmas in Lagos. So let me get straight to the rating criteria. Now I'm going to be rating this movie based on the plot, the theme, the acting, the cinematography, the editing, the soundtrack, and the it factor before coming to give it a final score, for the review. So I'm going to start with the plot. It's a brilliant story. It's a brilliant idea. While this is almost perfect for me, I feel like they could have worked more on plot development for the part where we saw they didn't reveal some information to us, which could have also helped, to shape or to understand the movie better. For someone like Shafi Bello's character, they did not really, develop a character well in that film. It was just, a character was present in that film, but it was still brief, such that we didn't really know who she was and how, our relationship life, or what it was, or how she met, the guys that she was dating, or any of that detail. They could have given us more detail about Shafi Bello's character. And for Elo Zonam, I think for his character, I don't know if it was his acting, or I just don't know what was with Elo Zonam. He didn't give it 100, as though he tried. It was nice. Fine young man with a fine face, and all of that, but he could have added more energy. I didn't see that energy. I didn't see someone that was ready to fight for his love. It was too relaxed for his character. But for the theme, I like the love, I like relationships, and it existed. But they could have also developed these themes like a bit more in the movie. For the acting, of course, top-notch actors. Some of them did well, while some underplayed their characters. Some did not really bring their characters to life. But overall, the movie is an amazing one. So for the plot, the theme, the acting, and for the attraction for me in the movie is, of course, the detail and the attention that they paid to portray Lagos and what Lagos is and what Lagos should be, more importantly. For the plot, the attraction, the theme, and the cinematography, I'll give it a good 8/10. Now for the directing, for the it factor, for the soundtrack, and for the editing. So for the editing, I would say that I don't think I really have any issues with the editing. So far, so good. It was okay. It was okay. The scenes were paced evenly. For the soundtrack, of course, the rendition of classic songs gave us what there's a way that it added depth to that movie and gave us that Lagos thing with I don't know, everything was just too detailed. And you have to really watch this to understand what I'm saying for the soundtrack of this film. For the directing and the it factor, of course, a movie produced by Jadi Oshibere. I'm not bothered about what the directing should have been, because overall, the work would speak for itself. Overall, she did an amazing job with Christmas in Lagos. Of course, a little loopholes here and there, something to, it could have been better. But right now, with what she did with Christmas in Lagos, is an amazing film. For the it factor, if you ask me, Christmas in Lagos is a one-of-a-kind movie. I mean, I've seen a lot of Christmas movies that are Nigerian movies, but I've also seen a lot of Hollywood Christmas movies, and this can actually stand. You know, it can stay like side by side with any Hollywood Christmas movie that you have seen. And I would say that because this is Nigeria, this is Tiwantiwa, this is our own, I enjoyed this better than even any Hollywood Christmas movie that you think you have seen or that you think you still want to see. Christmas in Lagos is a one-of-a-kind kind of movie. So for the it factor, the directing, the soundtrack, I'm going to give it a good 8/10 as well. Overall, I would say that Christmas in Lagos is a film that everyone should actually see. More importantly, in the season of Christmas, it's the season of love and all of that. This is something that you should see, not just alone, with your family. And I think it's something that, you know, teenagers can watch as well. So it's a film that you should watch together as a family with people that you love, more importantly, or you watch with that bestie of yours. Right. Another standout performance for me is RMD. Richard Mfedamijon played the role of Zach. He also played, you know, a very impressive, you know, character. He played the role of that charming but slightly arrogant soother to Bemi, and he bodied that role. One thing I'm not certain about is Pidgin and the old worry accent thing. I feel like I've seen him do better with that Pidgin thing in other movies than in this movie as well. And I think the fact that Gbemi was also not speaking that particular, you know, she wasn't speaking, for every time he spoke in Pidgin, she just responded, you know, in English, which was the only confusing part. Like, okay, why do you keep talking in this manner to somebody who's not going to respond or give you that energy? And I was talking to her as though they connected on that, you know, Pidgin level, but she didn't give that energy. But his character was impressive. Another impressive character for me in that film was Wale Ojo's character, who played the role of Toye. And I like how calm he was. I like that he was that, you know, calm boyfriend regardless. And the fact that he was calm all through the movie did, you know, show that, I mean, if you love someone, you let them go. At that point, he was ready to let her go. Like, okay, you have to choose. You have to decide, and I'm going to give you some time. And that was just so romantic. That was a highlight for me for Wale Ojo's performance or scenes in that movie. The part where he said that he was going to, you know, like, hold back and all of that, and if she's ready, she should let him know. And one other thing for me in this movie is that I see that, and this is even happening in recent times, older people are beginning to fall in love, whether the divorced, whether the widowed, older people are falling in love now, and they're portraying that in movies, and I like that they're doing that, because I mean that's drawing awareness to a lot of older people who have either lost their spouses or feel like because they are old and divorced or old and widowed, they cannot fall in love or marry again. True love exists. No matter the age, no matter the situation, no matter the circumstances. And I mean, Christmas in Lagos is an absolute movie. For Christmas in Lagos on this end, it gets a good 8/10. It's a must watch. You have to see it by force. I'm going to be on your necks to see it, because this video is going to pop in every time on your screen. But please go and see Christmas in Lagos. It's on Prime if you haven't watched it. And let me know what you think about Christmas in Lagos in the comment box. If you have seen it, let me know what you think. If you haven't seen it, based on this review, let me know what you think about it, and if you're willing to watch it as well. And if you have any movie that you want for us to review here at RelufeTV, drop it as well in the comment box. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, send to your friends and family, and of course, my name is AY with the double O, and I'll see you in another video.